What's up YouTube, it's Ravlar here and welcome to the second episode of Not Set From Scratch on an Ironman. So, if you missed last week's episode, I highly recommend you check it out so you know whereabouts we are. But if you're too lazy, let me just fill you in. Basically, we got up to the point where we bought this shitty tier 60 lunar armor and we've also got ourselves a sun spear and now we can kill Vyres. So in the background you will see some loot which I've got from around an hour of Vyres I think. And the good thing about this is obviously the herbs and seeds, so now I can do some farm runs and stuff, but also the cash, because I need to buy a lot of shit around game, and yeah, obviously it's not free, so this was very much needed. Man, doing Vyres again, just so much fun. Best update ever. It finally felt so good to have some cash, and the first thing I did was go to the Max Guild and trade Ellen, who has all the skill capes, and I bought a bunch of them. I think I may have got a bit carried away, but these will definitely come in handy down the line. So I bought myself the Slayer, Magic and Dungeoneering capes because the Slayer and Dunge cape have amazing teleports, and the Magic cape is just beautiful because it allows you to change the spellbook at any bank and they will come in extremely handy. I brought myself the Herblore cape, which is amazing because it just lets you instantly clean herbs. The Fishing cape because I would need that when I'm just stocking up on some food. The Farming cape because the patch bomb effect is pretty awesome, and maybe one or two more, but the point is I wasted a lot of money, but at least now I have these for the future. So now that I was good for cash, I just went around and bought a shit ton of runes because I needed to make some Viswax in the future. Wisvax? Viswax. However the fuck you say that. I don't know. But anyway, I bought a bunch of them and I also got myself some astral runes because I will need that for the fertile spell soil because that's just way easier to get than super compost for my farming runs. And as I need herbs, farming runs are probably the best source of them at this stage. One thing I realized that this account didn't have, which is pretty useful, is the Diviner's Headpiece modified add-on thing, I think. Anyway, what this item does is it gives you a 5% chance to save the items when you transmute from energy, which is pretty useful and it stacks with the divination perk, so if I ever chose to make Sandals of the Porter, this would be pretty useful. So I just did a cache and got it pretty easily first try, and yeah, hopefully this will save me some energy in the near future. Next up, I went around game and got a few items which I forgot about last time. So first up, I got a bunch of ectophiles because she just gives you as many as you want. And these are of course useful for getting to this part of Canifis and of course farm runs, which is pretty awesome. I also got myself a Holy Wrench because I'm a pleb and that is literally the best pocket slot item I have access to right now. But anyway, it was just nice to fill that up. Finally, I bought myself a bunch of Slayer gem packs and stacked up on these because obviously whenever I choose to make augmenters, these are the best source for enhancing components, and if I ever decide that I am mad enough to go for Scavenging 3, this will probably be the only way to get precious components on an Ironman. So yeah. Anyway, my next big goal was to set up some Herblore Habitat. I needed to get myself some Juju farming potions for them Herblore runs. So what I did was I bought myself some telebags and went there and started to hunt some Jadinkos. The Hunter cape actually came in really handy here, but it was quite a long process to get my hands on all these seeds. When I finally did, I planted the Eugene seeds and set up the Herblore Habitat the way it should be. Speaking of farming, another really important thing which I thought I would need along the way is some aggression potions. So I bought myself a bunch of bloodweed seeds and would plant these every farm run. I realized then that I would actually need to do a bit of hunter, so what I did was I went to the big Chinchompa minigame, completed one, got 1500 points, and bought some Polar Kebbit tickets. Now what this allowed me to do is to box trap them, which made it much easier to catch, and I needed their first to make some Arctic bear pouches. Now, I needed this because I was going to do some more Jadinkos to get some secondaries for the Juju farming potion, and also because I need to get some Grimoires for those extreme ranging potions eventually. So I decided to just stock up on Arctic bear pouches now and not have to worry about them at all later on. But then I soon realised that I'd actually not got any golden charms which I needed to make the pouches, And that was because I'd set my Charming Imp to eat all of them. So, something I did really quickly was use my Dunge Tape to teleport to Hellhounds and killed a bunch of them. And I had more than enough in absolutely no time. Made a bunch of Arctic Bear pouches. And then proceeded to hunt Grenwalls for their spikes. Got around 2k after around 45 minutes, and that should be more than enough for a very long time. So, that's my extreme ranging supplies pretty much done. Then I did about an hour of Hunter and got enough marble vines for life pretty much, and I made around 80 one-dose Juju farming potions, which was brilliant, more than I would need for the foreseeable future. And as this basically gives you 1/3 more herbs, it was pretty much essential to get these out of the way before I started doing any serious herb runs. I also realised that if I wanted to make overloads anytime soon, I would need a supply of mud runes. So I went to the Earth Altar and using Magic Habue, made some. I was a pleb and forgot a binding necklace, but I got a stack that will last me for some short time anyway, until I can pretty much do this efficiently. But then I got a bit bored of skilling and I thought, you know what, it'll be fun to do some combat, and I thought Abyssal Demons would be perfect because they drop Pure Essence and I would need a bunch of nature runes in the future, and this was the best way to get them. So, in order to do Abbey Demons effectively, I thought I would need some aggression pots, and I decided to kill some lava strike worms for the searing ashes. It wasn't very pleasant with the shitty gear, but I did just about enough to keep me going for a while. About an hour into Abbey Demons and chill, I managed to get a Brawler Glove drop. I have no intention of using it whatsoever because I don't care about XP past 99 unless it's a 120 skill. And I just got a bunch of nice supplies, some gold ore noted, lots of rune items for Elks, some gems, yeah, and of course Pure Essence, which is what I was there for in the first place. So yeah, Abbey Demons are great, and you can easily kill them with Lunas and Sunspear. Aggro pots are pretty much a must, so yeah. If you're in a similar situation to me and want to get some easy money and some supplies, come to Abbey Demons. You know what to do. After killing some Abbey Demons, I had topped up my cash stack, and I had enough to buy a Dragon Rider Amulet, which cost 500k. Now, this is pretty much the best in slot I can have until I get the Amulet of Souls or the Reaper Amulet. And yeah, it makes Dragon Breath a lot stronger, so this is pretty awesome. I'll use this every time I can't wear my Zealots, so yeah, worth the investment. As I was now a couple of days into the account, my ports missions were coming back, and I was lucky enough to get an 8 Ancient Bone success. So the main thing I'm going to be looking for from ports is Ancient Bones. I want to get a fat stack of them for the Scrimshaw of Vampirism, and maybe even the Scrimshaw of Elements if we do Telos one day. Maybe. Who knows. But yeah, and also I want to get the Mage Wand. So I'm going to be doing the Chi missions and get that Gemstone Kasabi thing as soon as I can. So hopefully in about 3 or 4 weeks time we'll see some big progress here, and I will have a nice stack of tradable resources. As always, I was continuing doing my dailies religiously, and of course the main one is probably Garajo because this is the only source of food I have as of right now. Well, food in bulk anyway. And I did the herb shop runs as well. And another daily which I added was to get some powerful components. Now there are a few magic shops in game, which makes it very easy to do now for a very cheap cost. And I just buy the magic armor and disassemble them. Now, if you're interested in like a disassembly guide from shops for Ironman, I'm thinking of making one, so just let me know if there's any interest in the comments, and I'll decide on that. Of course, I had also started to do some farm runs pretty religiously, and one thing I needed to remember to start stacking up on was the Morchella mushrooms, because I need prayer renewals eventually, and I'm limited to how many I can get a day. And of course, the other herbs just stack up, and I'll plant them as I go along. And now I have a pretty nice farming setup. I've also bought the Mastered Green Fingers Aura, so that gives me some extra boost as well. Farming my herbs myself, and then making them into potions is probably my favourite activity on Ironman. It's just so satisfying to see how far those herbs go, And of course, you do need a fat stack of overloads and supreme overloads if you want to do high level PVM, and it's just nice to make them yourself. And what do you know? Here I was just AFKing, editing my tips and tricks first episode, and look what pops into my inventory. Hello there, Bubbles. You're a very ugly pet. But you know what? 2 pets in literally a few days? This Ironman's luck is pretty unreal. It's a shame I don't give a shit about pets, but you know what? I'll take it. After finally alching all my shit from Abyssal Demons, I had enough cash to buy myself a max cape, which of course is pretty much essential just for that quick telly and that awesome boss portal whenever I need it. So then I realised I needed something AFK to do, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to need a lot of gold bars for those Slayer rings in the future and just for any sort of jewellery whenever. So I decided that I should do some living rock caverns. First thing was first, I went and claimed a Falador shield for the prayer bonus. Then I visited my least favourite place in game, Mayor Ditch. This place is a maze, it's horrible, I hate it, remove it completely, just nuke it, just destroy it. Anyway, to get my hands on Montaigne legs 4, this allowed me to make prayer renewals more efficiently because it has a chance that will allow you to make a 4 dose instead of a 3 dose. I made a bunch of prayer renewals, so I had some prayer restoration at the Living Rock Caverns. And then I managed to scrounge up enough materials to make 2 perfect plus potions, which are amazing, a lifesaver. If you don't know, basically they contain the effect of every single perfect Juju potion, but they give it to you for 6 hours in just 1 dose. For those that don't know, I needed the perfect mining and smithing Juju potions in order to get the effect where I have a chance of triggering a stone spirit, which will bank all the ore I mine and smelt it at the same time. On top of that, it gives you some additional ore, but that's not that good. Overall though, it's pretty much essential for banking gold bars on an Ironman. So now that I've finally set up an LRC, I think that this is a really good spot to end the video for now. But if you feel like you're craving some more Ironman content, don't worry. Tomorrow I'm going to do another upload. And yeah, you can have your fill then. But for now, thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. If you like the video, please drop a like. If you're not subbed yet, then feel free to do so. That way you'll be updated as soon as I upload the next video. And of course, please feel free to join the Discord. You have a lovely community there, really helpful, and I'd love to see you as a part of it. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching this week's episode. And yep, to the outro.